Alright, in case I don't go into Twitch and take the vote out, I have to say that if you want the draft discussion, you have to check it out on Twitch. Maybe I'm uploading this with the whole thing, then you can ignore what I'm saying. Nevertheless, let's get into the game. FPX vs RNG, game 2. Soraka jungle, man. Okay. Rumble into Sylas mid. I think Sylas is good into this champ. Rumble wins early though. Sylas begins to win later. Top matchup is also better jungler wins, and Rek'Sai is the better jungler. Not player-wise, it's just a better jungler, better champ than Nocturne. Both top laners have Ninja Tabi value, but Aatrox, I think he's happy to finish Ninja Tabi earlier than Renekton. Renekton relies, oh, but Doinby, what you smoking? Doinby, what you smoking? Okay. Doinby being quite wild here. RNG going for the second invade in a row. This time around they will not get delayed. This is very good. RNG looking for invades every game. I think it's definitely level 1 kingdom. Level 1 is OP. Always go level 1. What did FPX do to win the world championship? Level 1, man. Just fucking go level 1. You catch people off guard and that's it. Weird here though that they are dividing the map. Because if I'm Renekton here, I'm question mark pinging my jungler. Because Rek'Sai now has free access into top side. And looking at how Gingun is playing this, he's letting the Renekton push. Big brain. What's gonna happen to this Renekton? Shall we predict together? Oh, Renekton. Gingun, the key thing here for you is to make sure that this wave doesn't crash. Make the wave not crash. There we go, Gingun. There we go. Okay. RNG with the defensive maneuvers. Okay, this is also cool from RNG. I like this. No W on Lang X. Tian level 3 now. Lang X still in danger. I like the interruption there, honestly. But Lang X is still in danger, man. He's so screwed. Fuck, man. That's why, it's so confusing. I'm talking about level 1 and doing level 1s, and it's good, right? They chunk Sylas, they surprise them, and so forth. But there needs to be some kind of thought process behind it too. Because the key thing here is they're dividing the map, and Renekton is top into Aatrox. Then at least Renekton needs to adapt how he's playing, because he was greedy. He thought he's going to be able to push on time, but he didn't push on time. The wave was frozen, and his lane is over. And when Renekton lane is over, let's say it together in harmony. Renekton lane is over, game is over, because he's gonna be useless. At least Lang got to keep his TP here. That's something to celebrate if you are Renekton in this game. Why Uzi is not playing for RNG? I get asked this question 80 times a day, and I'm gonna answer it for the 80th time. Uzi takes breaks in spring. He's done it for the last 3 years. He's gonna do it this year too. He's making sure that he doesn't get burnt out and doesn't get injured because he has some wrist issues from the past. There we go. They brought in Betty, which is a great substitute, but Uzi will come back when it's time to bust some skulls. So no worries. Same thing with Gingun playing. No, Gingun is just good. XLB is smoking some marijuana, but it's working. The marijuana is giving him some sick hallucinations. Khan is at the LPL, at the FPX gaming house. So he's not stuck in Korea. Okay, good trading. The Braum E here was not the greatest because Betty still took a lot of that damage. Those misfortune bullets passed through. Xiaohu might have to burn flash here. Xiaohu goes away. Okay, goes away with Nimbus Cloak, no problem. Also a way to get away, no problem. Tian is doing so much already. XLB got spotted, he's behind. Usually with Nocturne you just want to full clear, get level 6 so you can actually start doing shit. But he went for some cheeky invades on Tian, I'm not sure why. I want to go take a look back at why he took this decision, because that's interesting too. So he's angling around here, but Aatrox gets the wave into the turret, so the timing is off, right? Here Aatrox gets the wave into the tower, so maybe if XLB went straight, he could actually harass this. Or maybe Renekton can actually contest the wave before the wave crashes. So basically what you want to do, in order to set up your jungler as the top laner, is you want to freeze your wave in front of the turret because you put the enemy in danger and you force the enemy jungler to react. In this scenario, Renekton actually didn't freeze the wave. He needed to sacrifice some HP to get the freeze, and then maybe there is the continuous punish on the fact that Aatrox has no flash. Maybe they can get something done, but they just didn't. And now XLB got desperate. He went for enemy Raptor and he just started them casually. It's quite wild what he's doing. Tian is probably fucking confused. He's like, what the fuck did this guy think to put himself in this scenario? I think here Tian doesn't E. He shouldn't E, continue to force Nocturne upside, and then Aatrox will be in position. Aatrox CP is quite garbage here, and XLB got out. So I feel like Nocturne just went for something desperate here because he knows he's behind already. He didn't base, and he's in an awkward spot. Jahu heal. Nimbus Cloak OP. Tian is smurfing this game. What do you think about Easter full Chinese team? Very good. Wink is fucking good. Wink is really good. Their mid laner is really good. Their top laner is a bit oof. So they will not make a significant impact in winning the league because I think against FPX and IG they will struggle. So now, in terms of the next move, Execution is calling purchase on Renekton, no Ninja Tabi yet. Kindle Gem into. I would say Griffin and A-Star are very different. This is good Drake timer for FPX. But Rek'Sai has full topside camp, so maybe not. When I say good Drake timer, it's always in regards to position of FPX's bot lane. They have big tempo here. Big tempo swing here, but Rek'Sai has full topside camp. It's not worth it to sacrifice topside camp and let Nocturne get ahead for the Drake. RNG, a big prior here. Gimgon not in position. No flash Gimgon. He might die here. Oh, Nocturne has no flash. No. I thought Nocturne had flash. I don't know where Zoom is from, but I think Zoom is pretty good. There used to be some great top laners from China, like Going and PDD. Yeah, I think Langx is good. His name was Xiao Al in the past. Really good pickup. Not sure if I like this from FPX. Because the timer to do Drake was kind of off. Like, if you do Drake at that time, you're kind of giving up Rift Herald as well. Honestly, Worlds 2019, I felt like early game wise, RNG still was one of the best teams at the whole tournament. But I think Ming and Ming like really choked. And I think RNG were really, really troll drafting. And they were not dealing with the jet lag well, and they were not dealing with European solo queue well. I think to play World in NA and EU is a big advantage for for Western teams. Big advantage. Here you go, play on this shit server. Enjoy. You played in Korean server your whole life? Here. How do you feel about this shithole? It's exciting. It's in China this year. Hope Corona doesn't ruin it. Honestly, I don't know what to expect, man. I wouldn't be surprised if everything gets cancelled. Rift zone for Nocturne. Still, in terms of fights, like RNG have a lot of big tools, right? Varus, Braum ult, Rumble ult can win fights on their own. QSS, I mean, the cleanse here is going to be clutch from Misfortune. Very important. I feel like the first person that kind of pulls the trigger is going to be the ones in advantage. It's tricky when you're playing Nocturne and you're playing in an active game and everyone has summoners, your champion just becomes so much worse. I just feel like you need to pull the trigger in a way where you burn summoners with your ult and then you need to stall out until you have ult again. Not sure why Doinby already took this ultimate, because it means he's not going to have Rumble ult for the next Drake fight that's going to happen. 2 minutes in, like maybe this is what people are building up for. The key thing also to note is that Misfortune Nautilus have the Prion bottom, so it means that they are the ones that are going to be in control. Nautilus base first already, and Misfortune is fake pressuring here pretty heavily. Now FPX is in position. There's the Rumble ultimate. Let me take some CS, Doinby says, as my ult is running out. Good hover here. Crisp also doing a very good base timing. Goes through mid 1-3-1 standard in the early game. Also, it works. This is a full turret. Nocturne should stick around so they get a full turret. Maybe they just play on Fog. Nocturne has ult, right? So Aatrox is not going to go for it. This is pretty huge. Renekton pretty far ahead. It's going to win against both Sylas and Aatrox, similar to last game. So not like Renekton is a completely dead pick because you do win side. But I think the way Langx plays it is just not in a snowbally position. Why does Rumble have heal? Just for the 2v2s. Just for the 2v2s. That's all. What is your stock strategy right now? I am buying a lot of. I'm in a lot of short positions. I think now in the as this first quarter, and we're going to have the quarterly reports for a lot of the tech companies. I think they're going to show that they lose a lot of money and the stock price will plummet. So I'm in a lot of short positions. But don't take advice from me on this. I think Facebook and Google are gonna look rough. Position definitely better for RNG, considering, you know, Misfortune base super late. She was very greedy for Essence Reaver. I think they're just gonna give this up. Misfortune really wanted to squeeze Essence Reaver. Shorting now, I think it's too late. No, it's far from over. I think we haven't hit the bottom. We are in recession right now. We had an artificial pump. We had a big pump and a big rally, but always after big pumps and rallies, it drops heavily. I think next week is going to be bloody red, and coming into April, I think it's going to be super red. But yeah, it's gambling, right? So don't take my advice. I don't take any responsibility for anything. This is not advice. I'm just sharing what I'm doing. How did we end up here? Let's take a look back. A lot of junglers were banned indeed. So the difference maker here is Essence Reaver base, Varus Braum use tempo for Drake, and then Essence Reaver base here puts them in a position for the turret on bottom. Great Brett, he does. Braum and Varus, they took the Drake, but they didn't get anything out of it. So it's interesting. It's interesting how Misfortune worked in two ways here, because taking the Mountain Drake ended up being a problem. So honestly, FPX taught me something here. Oh. Because they got the base time of Essence Reaver, right? They were off tempo on Drake. But then the question is, if Varus Braum should not, if they don't help on Drake and they just push him base, it's just better. They base and fog, they start recalling as Nocturne is soloing Drake. It's just better. Because here the problem is that they are basing very late. Misfortune and Nautilus are out. They have better items. Varus Braum need to base. They lose the turret for the mountain. I think it's not worth, right? Consider they lose plates too. Second Rift Herald is up. Bottom wave is even. Aatrox should have based and gone down there already, I think. They could have already denied a lot. Langx might have to burn flash. Does he have E? He's playing like he doesn't have E. Oh, maybe he's just keeping. Maybe he's just next level big brain. Nocturne ult makes it very confusing because you don't know what's happening, right? That's the power of Nocturne ult. Dombi again with his Rumble ult that's running out. He just puts it on the ground. Creates a crack in the ground. Okay. Nocturne ult saved Renekton there for sure. Because you could see how spooked FPX were by it. And they committed pretty hard on Renekton top. It's a good situation. Not a bad game state for RNG at all. They're sacrificing a mid turret for better position in with the Rift. But honestly, most of the time you use Rift to get mid turret anyway. Misfortune have better position for top. Very surprised how long Gimgon sticks around, because he should be bottom already. I'm not sure why he didn't go. Not sure why they didn't go. Nice Nautilus ult. Burn flash of Braum. Dombi might be dead. Dombi should be dead. Okay, why are they forcing like this? Why are they forcing like this? Very bad fight for FPX. Misfortune is hitting top turret and you're fighting for absolutely nothing in mid. Yeah, Varus has some very strong ults. Keep in mind, it's tricky to... You know Braum can block hijack? Braum can block hijack with Z. And if Braum has cooldown on his R, then Sylas R does nothing. You get no ult if Braum blocks the R of Sylas. And also, what you can do is, can Yasuo block Sylas R? Yes. And also, Nocturne can W Sylas R. You know the animation? It's like a sound. It's like a venom fist. Okay. Let's take a look at the game state again. Renekton versus Aatrox. I do believe with Blade. So Blade changes a bit, right? Blade changes a little bit because this is something that we haven't seen. Blade the Ruin King should win against Renekton. Aatrox 1v1. I think right now in the current state of things, Renekton should win 1v1. Nocturne should have more pressure on side as well than Rek'Sai. 5v5, honestly, kind of weird with the Morello purchase, but I get it because of Sylas and Aatrox. But I feel like you delay your items so much and you can just buy Executioners on Renekton and someone else. So I think it's fine. In team fights, I want to say that RNG is favored. I won't say they are favored in team fights. They have a couple of very strong ultimates, especially this early on. They can look to focus targets down. There is no Mercury purchase besides Silas and Nautilus, so it's very easy to focus targets down. If they choose like Rek'Sai, they choose Aatrox, they have the execution is going to be easy here. Too deep XLB, but it's fucking working. It's fucking working, bro. Wow. Okay. I thought that was just too deep, but all the projectiles followed him, and Rumblewood just went. Let's take a look back. Let's rewind that tape. So my instinct said this is too deep, because I am looking at the position of everyone, but LWX is taking so much trash damage already, and then boom, cleanse, he's the last one out, Rumble ult, and the flash comes out super late. I wonder here, honestly, the Rumble ult is just destroying them. Look at that Rumble ult. Oof. Rumble ult, Nocturne, Q auto. That's a huge chunk of damage right there, man. Very surprising. I feel like the Nocturne ult is being so powerful here, because the reaction of everyone becomes so much slower. So it's interesting how powerful the Nocturne ult is behaving here. Because look at the movement here from... I didn't know the XLB has a stopwatch as well. Like, the stopwatch is pretty nice here. It's very nice. He gets his damage off, and XBL, it survives, and he doesn't go too deep. Why did I mistrust this man? Very nice. Doinby didn't miss Varus ult. Well, sure, he missed it in the sense that XLB stopwatch. But here, I don't think he has vision. Let me show you something very surprising. Look at this. Near sight, okay? After a brief delay, Nocturne applies near sight to all enemy champions for 6 seconds, and the ability to recast Paranoia for the duration. Okay, so near sight, right? Near sight. Near sight, a unit that is nearsighted has their sight radius reduced by 900, okay? Okay, 900. What is the sight radius for a champion? Champions have 1350. Okay? So their vision radius becomes 450. Okay? 450. That is like... I'm trying to remember Thresh auto attack range. That is less than Thresh auto attack range. What are pets? Teddy Bear of Annie, Mordekaiser Old Ult, Malzahar Voidlings, Heimerdinger Turrets. Those are pets. It is less than Thresh auto attack range. So Nocturne ult is very powerful. It's very powerful. And it's sometimes weird, especially when we are in spectate, to judge situations, because you see so little while you're fighting. Very good stopwatch here from XLB, and honestly the Rumble ult is just very strong. And if we look at FPX, in hindsight, it's easy to say here that they are walking up too far, and Misfortune hitting the turret is too bad. It's too bad. So much trouble in the world. Ain't nobody feel your pain. RNG looking strong, especially now. Misfortune burn summoners. All the fights now for 5 minutes are going to be heavily favored for RNG. Heavily favored. The executioner calling value is so high when you're drafting Silas and Aatrox in the same team, so it becomes awkward. So here we go again. LWX gets rooted up, uses cleanse, flashes very late, gets chunked, and that's it. This Nocturne did a decent amount of damage, Rumble did a decent amount of damage, and 2 times decent amount of damage is enough to kill a Misfortune. Boom. 2 for 0. And RNG secure the next Drake. Very good stuff. They also used... Did they use Herald? Where did they use Herald? I don't remember what they used Herald, but it's the second Herald, so who cares? Now, teamfight should be so good for RNG. I don't think anything should necessarily change here. First mid, third gone. Okay. And Varus also gets... like, the access to Varus is much more difficult. Because of Nocturne ult. Like here, the way FPX need to go about is they need to find flanks and they need to find axes, and Misfortune need to kind of... Misfortune needs to wait and cower before the fight starts. Because it's very easy to kill Misfortune. At least the flash timer is ticking down. I think the wave management of both top lanes on side lane has been very poor after 20 minutes. I think they can definitely look for freezes and look for more opportunities. Like sure, with Aatrox it makes a bit more sense if you can push to do it, because it actually matters for you to come from an angle. But with Renekton, for example, you can look to snowball through freezes. You can look to definitely do more than just pushing waves into Aatrox or Mordekai's like we had last game. Langx is winning. Should be winning. And Gimgun is dead. But at the same time, Rumble is dead. So, oh, okay, maybe not, maybe not, maybe not, maybe not. Okay, oh, okay. What a way to throw the game, RNG. Don't think there's any options to do... I think this is stoppable. This is definitely stoppable. I think RNG can stop this. Varus ult on, Braum ult on. There's a lot of good stuff they can use. Renekton ult, Renekton TP, Renekton ult. This is very dangerous for FPX. Are they really doing this shit? Oh my god, it's working. It's working. It's working. Holy. Aatrox death timer is a bit earlier than Rumble and Nocturne. This is what kind of swings this in FPX's favor. I didn't look at this. Aatrox has TP on already. He's TPing. He's coming in. He's in the pit already. And then the ult comes in. Can they play this better? Like, can they start? Like, can they walk in earlier? Like, why is Renekton TP so late? Why is Renekton TP so not deep? Like, they should start fighting already. Why are they not fighting? Fighting! RNG fighting! They wait too long, I think. I think if they don't wait as long, they can actually do something here. Because here, Renekton TP is super late. Okay, Renekton starts base now. Okay. He's full HP. Why doesn't he TP insta? TP. Oh, and then he TP's in a weaker position. I just feel like here they can bait already. They can bait and bait and bait, and they can like go no to the result. They can bait harder. I think they could play this better. I think FPX could all die. They could definitely all die here, I think. I think RNG are favorite here. But FPX get Nash on 2 people. See how much they can get out of it. Maybe some second tier turrets. Hey, for the fight, the stats don't matter too much, right? It's not that big, the Nash stats. It's more OP the fact that your creeps become so strong. What the fuck? Lang X is just chilling here. Wow. This fight starts very bad because of Lang X position. He's teabagging a ward right now. He's teabagging a ward, he gets caught, and then Doimbi gets the ult off, and oh no, RNG. RNG, no. Not like this, RNG. Oh no, Ming. You're supposed to block that ult, Ming. Not stopwatch it, bro. Wow. Wow. Oh! They can emote? I keep forgetting that they can emote, man. That is wild. Jesus. Yeah, so this fight is self-explanatory, right? Langix gets caught, Nocturne tries to repair, Brommel slows everyone down, there's no entry or access. For some reason, Varus is buying Witsend. This was terrible for RNG. Oi. I don't know if I need to yawn or sneeze. Oi. That was tough. Here we go again. Langx get caught. Sitting on a bush, trying to find a flank. Brommel slows everybody down. Rumblewood lands, but the stoppage from LWX is humongous. What? Rumblewood could have been better, honestly. Rumblewood was done in a line that was worse. Misfortune Flash saved him, and then that is the end of that chapter. Brommel was huge from Doimbi. Witsend purchase is reportable offense here. Match of the week. That's fucking exciting, man. LPL doesn't slow down, man. It doesn't slow down. They're playing every game. What is this? What is this quality of their logos? I think the Shy will shit on E-Star's top laner so fucking hard. He's gonna take a huge dump on his chest. Are you gonna watch the LCS? Maybe. I don't know what you mean, Twitch Conto. That is English right there, man. Okay, once again, Misfortune has no summoners. Witsend is very troll buy on Varus. Like, why would you go Witsend here? Only enemy AP is Silas. It's very bad. Very, very bad purchase. I feel like if LWX just bought GA here, it's pretty game over with the lead that they built off of that fight. But the fact that he has no summoner still makes him killable. Still definitely makes him killable. Gimme going for Spectre's Cowl. I don't know if I like it. Enemy team is also only 1 AP. Like Varus, I know he has some AP damage, but... Hey. No TP on Aatrox. But it's just a handshake. Oh, GA purchased a Misfortune. Respect. Aatrox no TP. Rumble is falling very far behind in the game. Like it's 28 minutes in, he hasn't finished Leandri. I just think GA is the counter to enemy team. If you buy GA here, like if Rek'Sai has GA, Aatrox has GA, MF has GA, you win the game. There's no way that Nocturne is useful. It's just GA is such a good buy here. Monster buy. Don't need to go for magic resistance here. Rumble is very far behind of the curve. level 14, and he's sharing XP in mid always. RNG are doing some ARAM. Saras should push bot. Why doesn't he push bot? I get this was the time to push bot, but he's just ignoring it. He can make a slow push bot and not lose 6 CS. Well, as well with Sand because once more AP damage, I guess. He can just buy Nastral's Tooth then, no? I don't know. It's not that great, I think. Maybe you're right. No Mercury on enemy team, so this Varus ult is very powerful. I'm gonna do those 2 games Twitch Conto in a couple of days. Better position for RNG on Nash, but I don't know if it matters. They have a blue trinket on MF, she's gonna blue trinket, and then RNG is gonna back off and maybe lose in him. That's very desperate from RNG. Very desperate. Oh. They should all die here in the pit though. They should all die in the pit. No flying for Renekton. And Renekton's piecing out. Hit with TP. Should be game over. This was RNG's game to lose, honestly. They got an advantage. And, they got an advantage. And then later down the line, they just threw at the fights. The fights were tricky. FPX got away with murder with the Baron as well. And RNG is honestly a world-class team. They're playing super well. I think this is them throwing the second game. And maybe we could have a series at our hands. The Nocturne pick proved to be a bit more useful than I expected. In terms of how impactful the ultimate is. And then the teamfight composition with Braum, Varus, Rumble was pretty nasty, honestly. It had a lot of potential. And then we had, of course, the Nasher steal away in front of their nose. We had the 2-for-1 trade where Aatrox was spawning earlier on the Nash. I think Braum, Varus, or Nocturne could play that better. And maybe they could look to do something. Very interesting move as well there from FPX, where they put the enemy in a position where if they take Drake there, we will get bottom tower. So I think that was super cool. A lot of interesting nuggets of information in this game. Don't Be Formed looks absolutely insane. And people always ask me, is FPX the best team in the world right now? I think they're looking super strong and they're definitely in that conversation. But I think it would be silly to say with confidence who is the best team in the world right now. I think we have a lot of great teams. I think we'll just have to wait and see until FPX play against IG. And E-Star versus IG is going to be huge as well. Because IG is looking mighty fine as well. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next game. I repeat, if you wanted to see the draft, maybe you need to check it out on the Twitch VOD.